are habits we always do. So for these kind of things, if you want to use how many times the action is repeated, you are going to use adverbs of frequency with simple present tense. You remember the form of simple present tense? I hope so. Subject plus verb. But if this subject is singular, you are going to use s or es to the verb. But if this subject is plural, which means, you know, singular and plural. So plural means more than one. So if your subject is plural, then you are going to use only the verb without s or es. Okay, I can give you some example here. We said subject plus V with S or ES. Remember this. This is the form of simple present tense. So this simple present tense with adverbs of frequency, it is always used. So subject, singular subjects we have like she, he, it. This can be, I wrote it in pronouns, but you can use it with names or nouns. This is always taking this plus verb with s or es. Example, she plays ball. This is a sentence. This is a subject, a singular subject. This is a verb here, and we added s because the subject is singular. This is like a rule for using simple present tense. The second one is when you have a plural subject. Plural subjects, as you remember, they, we, you, and I. This takes only the verb. There is no s or es at the end. So, what are you going to do? They play ball. You see the difference? This is plural subject, so no s. This is singular subject, so with this s. So, why I brought this simple present tense to your mind? Because we always use adverbs of frequency with simple present tense. Simple present tense with singular subjects and plural subjects, you have to see the difference. Okay, now what if I have adverbs of frequency in a sentence? So how am I going to use it? She now you are going to fill the blank. She blank always play ball. What did I do? I added only the adverb of frequency. So you remember that we said adverbs of frequency is always used with simple present tense. Simple present tense. So what are we going to do? She always play or play? Of course, we have a singular subject. So what are we going to do? Play. S. We will add s to the verb. Plays. She always plays ball. So you are going to fill the blank this way. So the same kind of questions on page 80 of your books is there. Let us at least do some of them and you will finish it by yourself. The first question says, Hannah. It's almost the same with our example, so let us start with the second one. The students blank sometimes run in the school compound. In the school compound. So obviously the students is a plural subject, which means it can be replaced with the pronoun they. So what are we going to do? Sometimes we write sometimes as it is, and shall we write s to run? No, because we have already have a plural subject we simply write run. So we will say it, the students sometimes run in the school compound. This is the way you are going to fill the blank. The next one, I blank usually enjoy watching football games. As you can see here, I is considered like a plural subject. So there is no S on the verb. So let us do it. I usually enjoy watching football games. You are going to do it like this. Very nice. You can try the last two by yourself and try to do some more questions on your textbook. There is also another exercise on page 70 of your books. You can read the above notes and also do the questions. Okay, students. So today we have seen 2 points here, adjectives and adverbs. What is the difference between adjective and adverbs? We have seen both of them are describing words, but what they do describe is different. Adjectives describe nouns, adverbs describe verbs. We have seen types of adverbs, adverb of manner, adverb of place, adverb of time, and finally we have a good detailed discussion on adverbs of frequency. With what tense we are going to use adverbs of frequency? With simple present tense. And what is the form of simple present tense? With singular subjects and plural subjects. We have seen, and we try to do the questions. So you are going to practice this at your home. This is all about adverbs. And the next one is, if you remember last time, we discussed about writing, and when you are writing paragraphs, I told you some rules that you have to follow. Do you remember those rules? Very good. Those are punctuation rules. Punctuation rules. How many punctuation marks did we discuss? Do you remember, students? Good, very good. 4 punctuation marks. The full stop or a period, a question mark, a comma, and finally capital letters. So on page 90 of your books, there is a paragraph given. What are you going to do? You are going to punctuate the paragraph according to the lesson that we had last time. So if a capitalization is needed, you are going to write capital letter. If you find names or the pronoun I, you are going to make capital letter. And if there is a period or a full stop necessary, you are going to put those full stops and question marks also. If you are asking a question, we will put at the end question mark. On page 19, there is a paragraph. For example, it begins, I have a dog. The pronoun I is written in a small letter. So what are you going to do? You are going to make it capitalized. So where are you going to put the period here? I have a dog. Then you are going to put a full stop there. So you can do it by yourself. Please, dear parents, follow your students to do it by themselves and try to check their work. And if it is difficult, you can watch the videos that is recorded before and revise the notes. Okay, so here also another questions about adverbs on page 20. So you can do that one. The other thing is on page 20 is about word blending. Word blending. So students, starting from the first semester, we have learned about syllables. You remember, I hope. Syllables are the pauses that you found in when you are reading a single word. So there are 3 ways of identifying these syllables. The first one is what we call the chin method. So when you read words, you can check how many times your chin touches your hand, and then you can count the syllable. This is the first one. The second one is a clapping method. When you read a word, you clap. So how many times you clap is the number of syllables that we are going to have in a word. So we are going to clap. And the other one, when you read, tap your leg. Tap the ground with your leg when you read, then you are going to find the number of syllables that we have in a word. So prefixes and suffixes also given there. The next page is reading, so you can read the passage at home. Roman would like to be a doctor. So what would you like to be in the future? In the future. That is the question. You are going to ask yourself this one. So how are you going to answer this question? It is stated on the book. So I would like to be, you can fill the blank by yourself, because what would you like to be in the future? Do you want to be a doctor, or do you want to be a teacher, or do you want to be an engineer, or a carpenter, or any other different professions we have? So you can use this statement to express you want. You can also say I want to be. So I want to be a doctor, a physician, or something, the professions that you can fill in the blank space. So what do Roman would like to be a doctor. Why? You can read the passage, and when you are reading the passage, remember there are words written in bold. These words are the new words that you are going to come across learning when you are reading the passage. So, how do we know the meaning of these words? These words, you know what? Contextual meanings. When you read a passage or something like a book, you don't have to go to the dictionary and search the word again and again. What is the method or the strategy that you can use is guess the meaning from the context. So here there are like aim, target, suffering. These words are new for you, I know. But what I want you to do is read the passage by yourself and then try to guess the meaning of these words by yourself from the context in the passage. So you can guess the meanings and do the vocabularies just using this way. The next thing is about can and can't. Students, this is what we have for today. So when we summarize these, we have seen 2 points today, the adjectives and the adverbs. Adjectives, what adjectives are and what adverbs and what is their difference. And about adverbs, we have seen the types of adverbs, and mainly we focused adverbs of frequency and with what kind of tense we did. We can use these adverbs of frequency, and with simple present tense we have seen the forms, and we try to do some questions on your textbook. So dear parents, please help your children to practice these adverbs at home, and as a homework I want to give you a homework on your textbook, page 20. Page 20, there is a box given, so you are going to tick that box according to the adverbs given on the textbook. So parents, please do this with your children. Try to see the explanations that I made earlier and try to fill the blanks, and this is what I